When you're wrong, you're wrong. And I've been wrong. I think, what did it say? When you're wrong, you're wrong. And I've been wrong for a while. Now, this is the latest from Sarasota Tim. And not the latest. He puts up a lot of videos. But this one's pretty recent and very interesting. I don't watch Sarasota Tim a lot, but every now and then I would go and check out his channel. He is another local Florida content creator. And he's also in close proximity to a friend of mine who also has a YouTube channel, Chris Igo. And so every now and then I would check him out because Sarasota Tim was popping off. He was doing really well. He was killing it. He was crushing it for a minute. And that was because of his virality, where he caught that wave of Social Security and he rode it. But since then, I've noticed a decline, ups and downs, peaks and valleys. This whole thing is a roller coaster, basically. But the few videos that I actually do catch of his, ironically, are the ones where he's apologizing or explaining himself because of something that went wrong. I think at one point he was telling his audience that he was sorry that he wasn't broke or sorry that he wasn't poor or whatever it may be.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from my home base right here in Boynton Beach. Got my Wolf Pup camper. I'm trying to get back over to pick up my Tundra, and I made a couple of videos this morning, and I kind of wanted to answer the comments, but I just wanted to share a couple of things with my community.
Even though he lives in a camper and the lifestyle he chooses to live.
But I still have my same community. I still live in my camper. I'm still a minimalist, which means just less. I don't sit in a chair and just breathe air, but I do keep low debt, no debt. I still live the same life that I did a month ago. And we do plan on traveling and bringing travel videos and places to go and showing you different exciting things.
He was introduced to a very, very large audience who wouldn't necessarily consider themselves to be in the same position as him, even though they may feel like they look like him or resonate with him because of Social Security.
So for some of you that were making some comments regarding, being something different, my channel it's an eclectic channel. It is not about only Social Security. It is about just whatever I want to talk to you guys about.
Now, I got to tell you guys, this video, 18 minutes, 32 seconds, it's pretty lengthy, okay? I'm not going to knock him on his video, but I think it probably could have been said in about 5 minutes or less. But the gist of it is that there's two things that really stood out to me. Number one, I'm surprised that somebody like Sarasota Tim, that I look at this way, gets what he describes as so much hate, so much negativity, so many folks in his comments that he has to delete, block, hide user from channel. Did not expect that. From a personal perspective of a content creator, it was very eye-opening. Now, the other thing that I picked up on in this video is something that I really dislike. And it's the fact that, yeah, you have this connection with your audience, with the people who watch. But at the same time, you created this channel. You created your content. You made your videos. You, Tim, or whoever is listening and watching, because this goes beyond just Tim. This goes to other YouTubers, other creators, past, present, future, and myself included. Because right now, I think this is a very, very strange time for YouTube, especially from the standpoint and perspective of so many people deciding and choosing to quit and at least make it public versus just quitting. Just quit. If you really want to quit, just quit. If you want to make it public, that's a little bit different. There's a motive for that. There's a reason for that. And so this goes beyond just Tim, okay? Because essentially my biggest problem with this is the fact that I feel wholeheartedly, which I know is going to rub some people the wrong way, I feel like Sarasota Tim just spent 18 minutes and 32 seconds apologizing for being himself. And I'm completely not okay with that. Not at all.
I want to be not semi, I want to be serious. I want to be absolutely serious from my heart after reflecting on this. It's so wild. I want to be honest about something to you, my community. And you won't be surprised when you hear what it is. In fact, I hope it relieves a lot of you that have been annoyed with it. And when you are annoyed with what I'm going to say that I've said in the past, I've actually defended myself with vigor. That's part of me. That's the way I talk. That's my personality. That's a sense of humor. That is not bad. Lighten up.
Sarasota Tim is so hung up on a subscriber count and not losing any subscribers that he's willing to change who he is. The same person that possibly motivated and encouraged and enticed and, brought in subscribers is not going to change who he is because some of those people unsubscribed. Because he said, damn. Because he said prison job.
I've said in my videos over and over and over that I have sayings, that I have a sense of humor. And my sayings are prison job. I used the saying that you can't believe a darn thing I say, but I say the other word with the D.
Because he has a sense of humor, because he is who he is, and he is not so much literal, which I can tell you guys right now, the literal aspect, which I never really thought about it from the way he put it, is so wildly fucked up on YouTube that it can really ruin the fun and enjoyment of a creator. And I have multiple videos and channels to show you the case studies of this, but also it woke me up this morning. Like it really did. It's like, why would you stop being who you are? Why would you stop being yourself?
But those two things won't be said again.
Not only that, but you cannot please everyone. So you think that because you're not going to say damn and you're not going to say prison job anymore or whatever else, whatever jokes you may make that some people don't get and don't understand, that's going to stop someone else from having a problem with you unnecessarily, unjustified, ridiculously just making statements and claims and mean and hateful comments. Dude, you're going down a very, very dark and dangerous path that you cannot control. The only thing you can control is yourself. Be yourself. Not to mention when you see subscriber counts going down, think about it. How did you get subscribers? How do you get subscribers? YouTube gave them to you. YouTube gave you those subscribers. If you post a video on YouTube and it gets 1,000 views, you're probably going to pick up 1 to 10 subscribers. If you post a video that gets 10,000 views, you're probably going to pick up 10, to 100 subscribers. How do you get views? YouTube decides to give you views. Just like YouTube decided to give you views when they did for your Social Security content, they decided to give you subscribers. It's a mathematical equation. You can't help it. You literally can't help it. Even if a video goes viral and receives an enormous amount of dislikes and thumbs down and negative comments, you'll still gain subscribers from it. So how do you lose subscribers? Well, the same way. YouTube decides to take them from you. YouTube controls you. YouTube controls everything. But now YouTube is controlling people's mental health. And it's not good. And I think that there's quite possibly an ulterior motive behind this, and I don't like it. But the subscriber loss, it could be from somebody deactivated their account. It could be YouTube scrubbing bots. It could be a mistake. It could be a variety of things. And worrying about subscriber counts is a terrible way to gauge your channel's success. And most importantly, how people view you as a person, especially when your channel is your literal name. That has a direct correlation and connection to you as a person. Taking this from me as a person behind a channel named Kevin. Now, I'm not bashing Sarasota Tim. I'm only explaining and expanding upon the video that he created and the conversation that he had and the apology that he made, where I don't think that anyone, especially someone like Sarasota Tim and the videos that he produces, should apologize for being themselves. I don't like it. I don't appreciate that. But unfortunately, he's chosen to make that call and do that. But I also think, unfortunately, there's going to come a time where he then apologizes again and apologizes again and apologizes again as he continuously tries to appease this audience that can never be satisfied. These blank faces behind avatars and screen names that you don't know who they are. You don't know what mind frame they are in. You don't know their mental stability, their, personal well-being. Maybe perhaps they need a psychiatrist and therapy. Maybe they need to lighten up, be able to take a damn joke. But here's the crazy part. I think that there's something bigger going on. I can't say this with any fact and certainty, but I think that there's something bigger going on. And I think it has a lot to do with mental health and profit and dollars and money and greed and online therapy from a company called BetterHelp. Now, I'm not going to go too far into this because I don't want them to try to, send me a cease and desist like they did that one lady. But I've got enough to point into a direction of, not only do I have enough to point into a direction of really substantiating my claims on this theory here, but also the fact that last July they got served a $7.8 million judgment for literally selling people's data for advertising purposes, when in essence, this is supposed to be a company that's supposed to be helping their users by providing them with reasonable access to online therapy. So what's really going on? What's really happening here? Unfortunately, what's really happening, the masses will not understand or realize or want to believe or even hear this message. But I just think that this is a trap. This is a push, and it's coming from all different angles, unfortunately. And then when it hits a creator like Sarasota Tim, they feel like they've done something wrong to the point of which they need to apologize for being who they are. Whew. Man, this is wild. This is crazy. This is happening right now, unfolding in front of us. And I can, but I also can't believe it. I don't want to believe it, but I know that it's true. And from the perspective of a creator who spent yesterday and today really, really scratching his head, trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong, what's the difference between up from down, deleting thousands of videos, hundreds of gigabytes of content, making massive changes, taking a near 100% hit in revenue, all to get to this point. So at this point, I'll say, thank you, Sarasota Tim, for reminding me that it's okay to be yourself. And thank you, Sarasota Tim, for sharing with me that you too received these mean and hateful comments that I have to say are probably extremely, uncalled for and completely missed the mark. And remember that whether a comment's bad or a comment's good, it's a comment about them, and it's not about you, and it's not about me. It's about them. Not to mention, the overwhelming push and theme by YouTube's algorithm is to promote and highlight and exemplify a word? Maybe, not really sure. And just, recommend and suggest to the masses the most negative, hateful, damaging, and destructive content that exists outside of softcore porn and OnlyFans, connections to OnlyFans and links to adult content. That's the purpose here. The purpose is to divide and destruct and distract and wipe out the wallets of as many as they possibly can, and creators included. So yeah, thank you, Tim. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your video for speaking to me in a way that quite possibly probably didn't speak to others, or at least your intended audience, to receive this. Because me personally, I don't care how many subscribers I have. I don't care how many subscribers I gain. I don't care how many subscribers I lose. I do care about me. I do care about doing what I want. I do care about enjoying my life. I do care about being creative. I do care about having fun. I do care about the fact that I am who I am, and I don't expect to be liked by everybody. I don't want to be liked by everybody. I need to like myself. And there's no way that I could realistically possibly even consider doing that if all that I'm doing is trying to be not myself and theoretically who I think everybody wants me to be, including the algorithm, which is physically impossible. Can't be done. I've even gone through and looked at some of my favorite creators who are the most positive people that I can possibly think of, and even they too receive this negativity and this hatred and this evil just from putting themselves out there, investing their own time, energy, effort, money into content creation to provide a great space for people, whether it be informative and helpful and knowledge and education and, fun and whatever it may be. And even they too get it unnecessarily. But that's the world we live in. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not. And I'm not going to give in to this. And I'm only going to do what I want to do. I'm only going to make what I want to make. I'm only going to be me. And if you like that, that's cool. And if you don't, that's cool too. Doesn't matter to me. You don't have to watch the videos, but yet you still will. Especially if you don't like me. You may say you unsubscribe, but it doesn't matter. You'll still watch. None of it really matters. All that matters to me, and all that should matter to you, is that at the end of the day, you can look yourself in the mirror. You're happy with who you are. You're satisfied with what you've done. You consider the content you created to be quality, and you're not going to stop. You're not going to quit. You're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep pushing.